Good morning, JCM. We have Naija Jollof restaurant here with us. This is Chef Onyinye, who will be making a few dishes for us, and we're very excited. Good morning, Chef Onyinye.
Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Awesome. We're very, very excited to have you here, and we can't wait to learn about everything that you're going to be showing us.
That's good.
Awesome.
I'm excited as well.
I was just wondering if you can let us know a little bit about diasporic communities and, where some of these foods are coming from.
Okay, so we all know the word diaspora is a Greek word, which means to scatter around. So it's just about people being scattered around from their home country. So that's like we're all immigrants here, right? Yeah. So from wherever we're coming from, we're living in diaspora, so to say.
Perfect.
So today we're going to be doing some African dishes, but narrowed down to Nigeria, which is in West Africa. And we're going to be doing the popular jollof rice.
Yay.
Anytime you mention jollof rice, everyone is excited. So it's something you can make in the house. It's usually made for parties. It's very popular whenever you go for a party. People look, in fact, they call it party jollof rice.
Love it.
So everyone looks forward to it. So today we're going to be making jollof rice. We're going to have in some fried plantain, and then we'll have boiled yam and egg sauce.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we going to start with?
We'll start with the jollof rice.
Perfect.
Okay, so usually when you're making your jollof rice, you actually need to have your chicken stock ready, because that's part of the things that gives it the flavor. So, but for the, can they cut this? Okay, but we can't, because of time, we can't do all that.
Cool.
Okay, so because
what do you need from us?
Yeah, no, just that because of time, we can't do the boiling of the chicken, but we have the stock ready.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so but for the purpose of this, because we're running against time, we already have some of the things prepared. So I'm just going to let us know what we have here.
Cool.
So this is the jollof rice. This is the rice. Okay. This is chopped onions. This is the tomato paste. Then here we have bell pepper and onions chopped together, blended together. This is butter. Then here is the groundnut oil or vegetable oil. That's what it's called over here. Okay. Then, so this is the chicken stock already have. So to season your chicken for this, you basically just need to put curry, thyme, ginger, garlic, chicken seasoning, and salt, and you're good. So the stock you get out of it, because you want your rice to look very smooth, I usually will sieve it out so that I don't have any particles,
So what does the word sieve really mean? What am I doing when I'm sieving something? Okay,
so you just need the sieve. I don't know what else it's called. So you just strain it, right? Okay. It's just to strain it out. So you strain out the water so there are no clumps and there is no particles. Because when you cook with things like seasonings like thyme, you're bound to see it at the end of the day, scattered in the food. Okay, so I will show you the different ingredients we'll be using, or different spices. So here is a blend of ginger and garlic. Here is a blend of hot pepper. Here is curry. I'm sure we all know that. This is thyme. And this is chicken seasoning. And we have our salt. And then we have our bay leaf. So it's always known that most African cuisines are very rich in flavor and spices. So that's why you have a lot of things
ingredients.
Here. A lot of ingredients, yes, please. So
we also have a couple of ingredients here at the front. Do you mind explaining some of these ones?
Okay, so this is actually yam, which used to be the staple food. I come from the eastern part of Nigeria, the Igbo people. And in the Igbo culture, before the rice and all that became popular, yam was the staple food. And you can cook it, you can fry it, you can eat it with different things. You can turn it with vegetables and all that. Then this is bell pepper, which you use for so many things. We're going to be using it for jollof rice. Over there, we have the onions. And this, interesting, this is called crayfish. So it's like shrimps, and then it's dried. So for most things that we cook back in Africa, we use it. It adds a very rich flavor and taste to your cuisine.
Can you give us an example of something that crayfish are used for? Is that for soups? Or
Yeah, we use it. You can use it for soups. And then some people also add it maybe when you're making, you can make yam in a porridge form. And then when you're doing that, you can add crayfish, onions.
For flavor.
For flavor, yes.
Awesome. Do you mind explaining, just because sometimes when you're going to the grocery store, you might get a little bit confused about a yam or a sweet potato. What's the difference between the two?
Okay, so yam is actually different because yam just has a dark, rough skin, like the back of a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it comes out with some hairs, some can be hard. But for the sweet potato, it comes in a soft, a thin, reddish or pinkish covering, and it's very soft. But both of them are basically almost the same thing because they are starchy foods.
Okay,
So
awesome.
it's easy to
I'm
tell
excited to
apart.
get cooking.
Yeah. All right. So let's start. So maybe we can talk about that after. When they are eating their maybe they can put it in. Sorry about that. Okay, so what can I put it?
I can take that from you.
So in making the jollof rice, first we'll start by making the mix. And the first thing to do, I need a bigger pot. I'll do it in the big pots.
You want a bigger pot, this one?
Yeah. But they won't be able to see the inside.
I have a smaller one as well,
Okay.
if you need. Would you like a lower one?
Yeah.
Would this work?
Okay, let's use this. It looks more presentable for the camera. Okay, but the rice we'll make out of it, is every student expected to eat out of the rice?
No.
Because it won't give us much. With that, we'll get more.
Okay.
With that, we'll get more quantity.
I mean, I can ask if everybody wants to eat. Would you like to try the rice? Raise your hand if you guys want to try.
Then let's use a bigger
Okay,
pot.
so we're going to use the bigger pot then. That helped us figure it out. There you go.
Yeah.
And I'll take that. Who's excited to eat?
Okay, so for the first thing we need to do is make the paste.
And is there a specific quantity of oil that you're putting in there, or is it with love you put it?
Yeah, well, with love, because I'm so used to. Yeah, because well, it depends on the quantity of what you're cooking.
Yeah.
So that determines the
Quantity of
quantity of
that
oil
you're
you will
using.
use. So first of all, we have to let the oil heat up a little before we put the first thing, which will be onions.
Okay.
So we'll just give it some time to heat up.
Is there anything else that you wanted to get started on in the meantime?
Yeah, we've prepped everything. Can I be making 2 meals at the same time?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
is your kitchen. We're all here visiting.
okay, so while I wait for this to heat up, I can prep other things because we don't have much time. We're also going to be having the yam, the boiled yam and egg sauce.
What kind of knife do you want, miss? Chef's knife?
Yeah. Thank you. But this might take the distraction of them focusing on learning one thing.
It's a kitchen. Your kitchen. You tell us what you want to do.
Okay, so I don't want us to be doing 2 different things at the same time, so you learn the process. I think we should just finish with the jollof rice first.
Okay.
Right? So I'm waiting for the oil to get hot enough. Well, you can always check if it's hot by just dropping a bit of the onion, and then if it sizzles, so it's still not hot,
Can't hear it
wait
yet.
a little. Yeah, we didn't hear the sound, so it didn't.
Not the sizzle.
Yeah.
Do you want me to chop anything, or are we all chopped?
Everything is set.
We're all good. We're just waiting. Where are you from, miss? Were you born in Canada?
No.
No. Where were you born?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. And when did you come to Canada?
3 years ago.
Only 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How are you liking it here so far?
I love it, but for the cold weather.
Oh my gosh. But actually this year has been not
it's
too
been
bad.
better,
The weather's
yeah,
been
than other years.
quite warm for us. And over the next couple of days, it's going to be nice and warm as well.
Yeah.
What are some things from Nigeria that maybe you'd be willing to share with us, or, you know?
Okay, if they have questions to ask about Nigeria, maybe we can do that while we wait.
Yeah, go
If
ahead.
they have questions
Guys,
to
do you have
ask.
any questions about Nigeria that you'd like to ask her about while we're waiting for this oil to heat up? I got some. You have no questions. Best foods, got it.
The best food? Okay, when it comes to best food, it's about your choice. Like we know jollof rice is popular, so across every part of Nigeria, everybody likes jollof rice. I forgot to mention, Nigeria is a country that is very diverse because we have over 230-something ethnic groups in Nigeria.
Wow.
So the cultures vary. So does the food, the language, and everything. But somehow there's always that harmony of something that almost everybody, you know, no matter where you're from, like jollof rice, you know, knows and appreciates and enjoys and eats. So I think that should spur questions about Nigeria. Who's curious?
Yeah. Any other foods that are very popular in Nigeria?
Yeah, there's the fufu and egusi soup.
So what is that?
Fufu is made out of a tuber that is called cassava.
Okay.
So cassava, you can process it into what they call gari, which is used to make eba. But the fufu itself, it's fermented cassava, and then, you know, make it into, it's like mashed potato really when you look at it, but it's stronger.
So
That's
what is
the only thing I
cassava?
can liken it to. Cassava is it's also a tuber, like it's a root.
Okay.
To say, yeah. So when you harvest it, they cut it, put it away for some days in water to have it fermented.
Yeah.
Then, you know, you wash it out and then
It's kind of like
let
a
it
potato.
settle. Yeah, you let it settle. Then it's the starch from it that, you know, now you use to make the fufu.
Cool. How about some desserts or some snacks? What are some Nigerian desserts
Oh,
or
there's the
snacks
popular
that-
puff puff.
Oh, I've
And
heard
then
about
there's
it.
puff puff, there is buns. Now puff puff is a bit softer because of the mixture. It's made with yeast.
Okay.
So it rises, it gives it a very fluffy feel.
Yeah.
But in the case of buns, you use baking powder.
Yeah.
So buns comes harder, you know. It's a popular, you know, roadside snack and also enjoyed in parties, sold in stores.
I love that. Are we going to get
Yeah.
a chance to possibly make some?
Yeah, if we have time,
The
we
hope,
can.
the hope is. I hear it sizzling, so maybe it's hot enough.
No, it's not.
No?
It's not.
Not yet.
This pot is taking a while to cut. I don't know.
Oh, there's a little sizzle there.
It's a little, yeah. So maybe let me see. Still not sizzling so well. This is delaying us.
Maybe I should have had the.
Heating up. We should have left it.
Yeah. Do you want to
heat.
heat up the other pots as well so that they're ready when we need them to go?
Okay, so this the frying pan that we'll use. This one that we'll we'll use
one?
this for the plantain.
Okay.
So let me put it to be heating up. That
We can
one.
start with the plantain if you wanted to start with the plantain and prepare
Okay.
it.
I was going. Okay.
You wanted this one or you want that one?
Let me use this for the
Okay.
plantain. Put this away.
So we were talking about possibly doing some dish with a plantain. What dish are we going to be making with plantain?
Okay, we're going to just fry it.
Okay.
The fried plantain. But you can also make it in other ways.
Okay.
You can actually boil it and eat it with sauce.
Ooh.
When it's not ripe, when it's still in the green state, you can make porridge out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, unripe plantain porridge where you cut it up in small cubes and then, you know, like I said, crayfish is one thing that is a staple in every kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? So you put crayfish, you have onions, you have pepper, oil, and then there's a leaf called scent leaf. So we use it, you know, to make porridge, and palm oil.
Bay leaf?
No, scent leaf.
Oh, scent
We
leaf.
call it scent leaf, yeah.
And what is this purpose of the scent leaf? Is it just
Oh, it
flavoring?
has, yeah, the flavoring, yeah. The
Okay.
flavoring, and it has its own medicinal values. I really don't know what they are.
It
but,
has
you know.
medicinal values as well.
Yeah. So, okay, I think it's sizzling now. We can continue.
Okay.
So we start by putting in
Our
the
onions,
yeah.
with love.
Yeah, with love.
With love, not with measuring.
With love. Oh, slowing it down.
Okay. What do we need next?
So the next thing will be the tomato paste.
Is there a specific tomato paste or from the can is good?
From the can, there's no specific one. I actually got this out of the can.
Perfect.
I'm not modeling anybody, so. So we'll put the tomato paste and we'll fry it a little.
So exciting.
I know.
Smells great already, just the onions.
Yeah.
In the meantime, does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? Yeah.
How many stores do you have located in Toronto?
5.
You have 5 stores in Toronto. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's a great question.
Naija Jollof.
What are some of the dishes that you have at your restaurant?
Yeah, okay, so we have the jollof rice, we have white rice and tomato stew, we call it chicken stew. We have white rice and ayamache. It's
What's
either called
ayamache?
ayamache or it's called ofada.
Okay.
Yes. So
Ayamache.
it's made with green peppers, different green peppers, bell peppers, the hot pepper, but green version. It's made with green pepper and onions and a bit of crayfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is this crayfish is coming in?
Yeah. And then your seasoning and hot pepper.
Is that
That's
more of
it.
like a stew or is that also rice?
No, it's a stew.
Oh, it's
so
a stew.
you eat it with, you boil the rice plain.
Yep.
And so you eat it with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any other questions that we may have?
Yeah, then for the rice too, for the restaurant, you were asking me other things we make there.
Oh, yes. What
Also,
are
we
some-
have different soups. We have the egusi soup, we have okra soup, we have a foriro.
Okay.
That's made from vegetables.
Ooh,
Then-
so it's a vegetable-based soup.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically spinach. Yeah. Then
So
we,
I heard you say you had an okra soup.
okra soup, yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about okra, kind of maybe of its origins or what the purpose of okra is?
I really don't know, but I know it's a vegetable.
Yeah.
And it just has a slimy effect. So I just know it's really nice. I really don't know what extra thing it does.
What does it look like?
Oh, it's green.
Yeah.
And
does it
then
look kind of like
long.
a pepper?
Yeah, it looks like the long pepper.
Yeah.
But it's softer shade of green.
Yeah.
Then when you cut it up, it has seeds inside.
So it's just like a
And
pepper.
dry.
Maybe you can get it
But
confused.
it's not pepper. When you see it, it's different.
Maybe I'll bring it in another day to just
Oh,
show the
sure.
students what
What it
okra
looks
looks
like.
like. We know what okra is. Okay. I'll bring it in for those of us who don't know what okra is. Any other questions while we're waiting for the next step? Yeah. We don't know.
Sure.
We're going to
I'm
hope
not
for it.
sure because I'm not sure because it's not boiling so fast. Okay, so when you've turned, if you turn the tomato paste and you see it's all mixed up properly in your oil, then that's the time for you to add the bell pepper, the blended bell pepper and onions. So we're going to add just a little bit of it.
So do you prepare this just one day in advance or is this prepared well in advance?
No,
does
no.
this
You
have
can
to-
prepare it just before you start cooking, but
Oh,
just
wow.
because of time, I had to do it. I did it this morning, though.
So it doesn't really need to ferment to give it that
No,
flavor.
it doesn't. It doesn't. You just do it and use it immediately.
And is this the peppers that you have displayed here at the front, or is there a specific
Yes,
type
exactly.
of pepper?
Yeah, that's
Can you also do this with green pepper, or is it only
only
pepper?
red pepper. For this purpose, only red pepper. Back home, there's what you use is called tatache. It's a kind of bell pepper, not really bell pepper, but it's called tatache, so it's red.
Is there a difference between the red bell pepper and the tatache?
Yeah, because the red bell pepper is sweet.
Yeah.
Tatache doesn't have a sweet taste. It's just,
Is it?
plain.
Oh,
bland
okay. So it's
taste,
not
yeah.
spicy or
It's
anything
not
like
spicy.
that
No,
either.
it's not spicy. You take out the seed really when you want to use it.
Okay.
Okay, so we've stirred in our pureed bell pepper and onions. Then we can come in with our ginger, and garlic blend.
Ginger with the heart.
Yeah.
Do a lot of dishes also have ginger in them? I'll put this off to
No,
the
no,
side.
not a
so-
lot. Not a lot. And then we'll put some hot pepper, not a lot, so that everyone can eat it.
Is it possible to add some hot pepper off to the side afterwards to just
Oh yeah,
flavor
for
it?
those for those who like really
The spicy
food.
foods?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let it boil a little.
I see that it's starting to boil. It's definitely
Yeah.
getting hot. This one as well.
Yeah, so we can put oil
Oil.
in this one.
We got some here.
For
Do you
the
want me to pour the
plantain?
rest of this?
Yeah, then you can get more from there.
And
can
you want me
get
to fill it up some
Yeah,
more?
Fill it up, yes, please. So while we're waiting for this to boil, I would cut the plantain because plantain goes very well with jollof rice.
Would you like me to keep pouring in here?
Yes, please.
The whole
You
thing?
can pour everything.
Oh, it smells great.
Yeah,
Did you need some more?
a little more.
Okay. So would you consider the plantain banana more of like a dessert? Is it more of a snack?
It depends on how you make it, so it can serve as a meal for you.
Oh, as a whole meal.
It can serve as a whole meal. When you fry it and have the egg sauce by the side,
Egg sauce?
yeah, you can make egg sauce by the side. You can do stirred vegetables, you know, for
So-
those who try to eat healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do.
So is it always fried or
No, no,
is
you
it
can also
prepared in
boil
different
it.
ways as
Yeah,
well?
different
boiled
ways.
as well.
You can boil it as well, yes. But we know that it goes very well fried when you're having it with jollof rice.
So if someone were looking for a plantain banana in the grocery store, how do they know that they're picking the right plantain?
plantain,
Right?
okay,
Because it comes, sometimes you can see it completely
green.
black, sometimes you can see it with some yellowing, sometimes green. What are we looking for?
So when it's green, it simply means it's not ripe yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it's yellow, when it's, that means it's ripe. And then when you touch it, it's soft.
Okay.
When you a little press, you feel, that it's soft. It's so it's, ripe enough for you to fry. Meanwhile, in the green state, you can always still eat it because it's very high in iron.
Okay.
Yeah, people make different meals with it. Some people also fry it green and it comes out in chips form, like crisp.
Ooh, yes.
And yes, you can enjoy that.
Has anybody ever had the plantain chips? Delicious. Oh, I've tried them. I love plantain.
Okay, so for the plantain, we can cut it in different shapes depending on what you like. But for today, I'm going to be doing the slant long shape like this. Some people can cut it and have it in dice it, like in cube forms. But it really looks really nice when you cut it up this way to fry.
On a diagonal.
So I'm going to do it this way today.
So are they supposed to be firm to the touch or are they supposed to be
Soft, yeah.
Kind of like banana texture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Then that's when you know that it's ripe. But if it's still strong, then it's not yet ripe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's firm, not yet good to cook. Unless you're cooking it in a different
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Boiling it
Yeah.
with some egg sauce, you said.
Yeah, either ways you can do them with egg sauce. This, the hard ones, you can make into a porridge, you know.
This smells delightful.
Okay, so our plantain is ready to fry, but we'll wait for the oil to get hot a little more.
I have a garbage can right there.
Okay. Is it hand towel?
Pardon me?
You have paper towel or something?
I do, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. you. That's good.
I'll leave this off to the
Okay.
side here for you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we can see it's boiling already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at this point, we can throw in our chicken stock.
Kind of looks like a soup consistency.
Yeah, because it's cold.
Is there a reason why it's yellowy green color?
Yeah, it's yellowy because of the curry
Okay.
that you use to season it when you're cooking the chicken.
So that's this seasoning right here.
Yes, yes. Okay, at this point, we can put our curry.
And I'm looking at the type of rice here that we have. Is there any specific rice that you use, or any rice is okay?
Okay, so usually well, I'll call it the regular rice, but the long grain rice seems to look, even to the just viewing it, it looks really nice when you use the long grain. But people can use basmati rice as well.
So there's
Right?
not a specific
There's no
rice that you
specific
need
rice,
to
yeah.
use?
Yeah, there's none.
Can you guys smell it from there? The food? If only you guys can smell it, because it smells divine. If you need volunteers, let us know, miss, if you need volunteers. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Did we wash? We haven't gotten to the rice portion
Yeah,
yet, but
we haven't got to
that's
that.
a huge topic in our class. I have shown them a video on jollof. Correct me if I'm saying that incorrectly.
Yeah.
But I've shown them a video on jollof rice previously. Jollof.
Yeah.
Jollof rice previously, and there was a big debate on washing the rice. So
Okay.
are we going to be washing our rice here today?
Yes, we will wash our rice.
Is there a reason for washing the rice?
That was how I was taught growing up.
Yep.
And reason being that because it's starchy, so when you wash it, at least it takes off part of the starch.
Okay.
When we start to wash it, you see the color coming.
So it'll be a little bit more of the cloudy white
yes.
water.
So it's just taking out, it's reducing the starch content of the rice.
And is there any difference, and I'm going to ask this because there was a big uproar when the students saw in the video that the person did not wash the rice. Is there any difference between washing it or not washing it? Is that going to change the dish at all?
No, I don't think it's going to. It's just that because it has more starch,
Yeah.
eventually maybe when you're done cooking it, the food is just a bit more healthy. Let's put it that way, because everybody's running away
Okay.
from too much starch, right?
Right.
But I don't think it makes any.
So it's not going to make it stickier. It's not going to change the consistency.
Not really.
It's more so just a
so
habit.
in cooking your jollof rice, that's the trick. So when you slow simmer to cook your jollof rice, it gets that individual. At the end of the day, it comes out, single.
Yeah.
And then the taste, as in every grain, just gets its own ingredients out of it. But when people cook, some people just put in a lot of water, throw it in, and cook it with very high heat. And then you're wondering why the rice is the way it is. It can come. That's when it can even
Yes.
come, sticky and all that. And
Exactly.
then eventually, it's not as tasty.
And I actually
know?
had a question, because I find that when people start cooking rice for the first time, it's kind of hard to measure how much water do I need for the quantity of rice. Is there something that you do there to measure out the quantity of water or the quantity of,
Okay, so for the jollof, maybe because I've cooked so long, I can't say I'm
You
not
do it
cooking
by
with
eye.
quantity. I just do it by heart. And the lesser the water, the better for you, because if you cook, once there's a bit of water there and you cook it on low heat, it's the steam that cooks it more or less. So you still get it cooked.
okay.
It will just probably take a little longer, but because you're caging in the steam in it, because we're going to eventually have to cover this
it.
with foil before we cover it with the lid of the pot. So you find out as the low heat is cooking it and the steam and everything is inside, it just gets it cooked.
So what is the purpose of putting the foil before covering it with the lid?
Yeah, just to make sure you trap in the steam.
Ah, because the steam cooks the rice.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. I'm learning. I'm going to go home and try this.
Okay, so for me too, usually people put in their the thyme like that, but I rather boil mine because it's actually the taste and all that flavor that I want, because I don't like the appearance of the, like I said,
grains.
thyme is one of the spices that at the end of the day you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
So I always strain mine,
Okay.
right? So I boil it, then I strain out the water,
So
and
you
I
get the
discard of
flavor
this. So I get that. So at the end of the
Very
day, the rice
interesting.
is looking clean. Some people will like it the way it is because you just see all those black things,
Yeah.
which I don't like. So I rather will just boil.
I've learned a new technique. How to get the flavor of thyme without getting the little.
I rather will just boil it.
Put that off to the side.
Yeah.
I should probably see if we even have a strainer.
Yes, please.
I'll be right back.
Yes.
Strainer. Oh, I got it. Jim, right behind you. We've got one. At JCM Kitchen, we've got everything here for
I
you.
know, I can see. Thank you. So I'll keep it here so we're ready to use it.
Oh, I smell it.
You're smelling the.
Oh, I
yeah.
love the smell of thyme.
Okay, now this is the one here.
Hopefully we have enough time.
I hope
But
we do.
shh, dad joke. Ha, ha, ha. Yes.
How long does it take to cook all this stuff?
Wow. So to cook your party jollof, I'll put it that way because I mean you can cook jollof in less than an hour, right? With all the preparations and all that. But that means you're going to use full heat when you're cooking if you want it very fast. But if you want to get the real taste of it, you need to give it time. So by the time you put it on fire to cook, when the rice goes in, you might eventually have to leave it for like an hour, 15 minutes. Just let it cook. Then you check it and see if you've achieved the, the softness that you want, and then know if you need to leave
For
it
the
a
grain
little
of the
longer.
rice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there a particular way that you check if the oil is hot enough?
Yeah. Okay. So you can drop anything.
Just to see if it.
Yeah. I can just.
My mom once taught me to check if the oil is hot enough to fry. You should put the end of a wooden spoon, and if it bubbles around the wooden spoon, then it's hot enough.
Yeah. This is not yet hot.
Not
but
yet hot
it's-
enough.
yeah.
No.
So.
So if it does a little bit more of the boiling, when you
Boiling
put
out,
the
yeah,
bottom
it's
of the
sizzling.
wooden spoon, she's like,
Yeah.
it's good enough for you to put your
Oh, okay.
stuff frying. And I'm like, wow, that's a
I
really
learned
cool trick.
that too
Do
because
you-
what I do is I put in
You should
maybe
just put something in there?
something just yeah. But I've learned that one today.
Maybe try it out. Do you need any other wooden spoons?
No, I still have some.
This smells amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so while we wait for it to boil, I think we can throw in our curry.
Curry. Is that also measure with the heart, or is that more so?
Measure with the heart.
Measure with the heart. Okay, got it.
Maybe I'll send you. I'll do a portion one and I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay,
Just
that
so
would
that
be
they
lovely.
can try it at home.
I would actually give it to
Yeah.
the students, and they can try it at home if that's something
Yeah.
that they're interested in. I'll print it
Yeah.
out for them. Put it
Yeah,
on your
I'll do
Google
that.
Classroom.
Mm-hmm.
These students can also go home, show your family, show your friends. This is going to be on JCM YouTube.
Yeah.
Looks like it's frying
Yeah,
now.
It's getting hot.
Maybe I can scoop that out.
Yeah. Then I'm also going to put the seasoning.
And is that the chicken seasoning, right?
Yes, the chicken seasoning.
Is that similar to chicken stock, or is that just chicken seasoning?
It's just chicken seasoning. You can get any chicken seasoning off the shelf.
Okay.
No particular one really.
And I was just curious because I see that jollof rice is usually cooked with meat. Is there any other protein that can be used, or is it just that chicken?
Okay, so chicken has this distinct taste it adds to your jollof.
Yeah.
But you can also use stock from beef,
Yeah.
to cook it, or from turkey. But chicken just gives it that distinct taste.
Yeah.
That's why people stick to it.
But even like the actual meat portion, can you make it with other types of protein, or is it just chicken that it's usually
For what?
served with? The rice, it's
No,
usually
you can
served with
serve.
chicken.
No, it mustn't be chicken. You can serve it with fish. You can serve it with grilled beef. You can serve it with just anything.
So it's a very versatile.
Oh yes.
Oh, this looks like it's going to pop up here.
No, you won't, don't worry.
There you
It's
go.
boiling.
Oh, that smells so good.
Okay. Then I'm also going to throw in the bay leaf now.
Is that just one or a few?
A
Measure
few.
with the heart.
Let's spread it out. And a little salt to taste.
Do you usually use fine salt? I'm seeing that that's fine salt. Or do you use coarse salt? Is there a difference?
No, the fine salt.
Why fine salt?
Yeah, because I mean, it melts easily
Yeah.
in the heat. So
You don't have to worry about it taking so long to
yeah, exactly.
combine into the dish.
Okay, so I can take this out.
Here, we can put it in here. Looks like a little potato.
Yeah. Okay, so our thyme has started boiling.
Let me get a bowl for that.
I'll strain it directly into the pot.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm going to strain it.
Let me know if you need a cloth for your hand. It's
No,
too
I'm
hot.
okay. Okay. Just so that I get all the ingredients out, I boil it a second time.
Ooh. Here's some water, miss.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So you're really getting all the flavor that you can out of these
exactly.
leaves. I'll fill that back up for you.
Okay, so while we're
So we're washing the rice.
so we're
We got some
washing the
applause.
rice.
We've got some applause. They're happy about the washing of the rice. Yeah.
What kind of type of rice are you using?
Oh, this is the regular rice. I don't know. It doesn't have any name. It's normal rice that you get off the shelf. It's not brown rice. It's not basmati rice. It's just rice.
But
Boiled rice, really. That's what they write on the pack.
But we did clarify that any kinds of rice can be used here for this dish. Just put it
Looking
all.
at the pot.
We're all excited here. They might come back fourth period,
Yeah.
see if there's some more.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're talking about with the rice. Sorry?
Yeah. How many minutes do we have?
We have 20 minutes.
At least if this goes in, we can start we'll fry the plantain shortly
Okay,
and then do the yam.
let's see if the trick works.
Do you have a bigger?
Not ready.
Do you have a bigger one of this? Do you
Sorry?
have a bigger one of this?
A bigger one of these?
No, no, this.
This one?
Yeah.
This is the largest that we've got.
Okay, we'll use it. So you see the color of the water?
Yeah. And I noticed that when you usually cook rice, it has a little bit of that whiteness to the water.
Yeah,
So we're just
exactly.
getting rid of that
A
starch.
little, yeah, a little of it. Not like you can get everything out by washing it, but at least that helps. So I know I don't really wash, maybe like 3 times or 4 times and take out the water, and then that's good.
Do you guys see? I don't know if the camera over there is
The camera
able to
can
get
see.
the starchiness of
next
the
one
water.
out. Yeah.
We'll do a high pour.
I'll do a high pour, yeah.
So you're agitating the rice to try and get all
Get
of
it
that
out, yes.
starchiness out.
Exactly.
And is there a quantity of times that you kind of wash the rice,
Maybe
or is
just
it
3
just
or-
till the water comes a little
No,
bit
no,
more?
no, just 3 or 4 times is good. So you can see the color of the water. Taking out some of it. I've washed it 3 times and I think that's good.
That looks
This is
great.
really small.
It's really small.
Yeah.
I'll put it
Put it,
under
yeah.
just to catch, just in case.
Mhm. Okay, I can throw it back in here. Yeah. Thank you.
All good?
So we'll set this aside. Yeah. I think the oil should be hot enough now. I'll try and see.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Look at all those bubbles.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get
So
this out of your way?
for some people, you can actually put a sprinkle salt before you fry, but just because a lot of people are just trying to be careful how much
Sodium.
they take in, we're just going to fry it like that. It will still be sweet either which way.
I am so excited about plantain. I'm like ready to jump up and down.
I'm going to have to reduce
Do we
it
need
now.
something to turn them? Tongs?
Yes, please.
Yep. Let me just give this a quick little rinse. It wants to sing about how excited it is for plantain. Oh my gosh, that looks so exciting. It looks so great.
So this is boiling. So I'll strain this for the last time.
And then do you use that time for anything else, or is that just disposed?
No, no, I'm going to dispose it because really you've taken out the what
The
makes the time, the
goodness.
flavor, yeah.
If only we had more time.
I know.
Here are your tongs. Are you going to
No,
flip
Can I
them?
have just like a picker kind of?
Oh, like the pancake flipper?
Yeah, exactly.
Spatula, please. I think this one's great. Is this good?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me just give it a quick rinse.
Okay. So we know that hot oil, once water gets into hot oil,
Yeah.
it's going to,
Splatter everywhere.
So be careful not to put an already just a freshly washed cooking utensil in.
And that's also when you're doing vegetables too, right? You tend to wash vegetables and then put them either in olive oil, so you're going to get a lot of splashing everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to flip it because the downside is already brown and cooked.
Are we looking for them to just become golden, or?
Yeah, the fact that it gets golden brown means it's cooked.
Oh, that looks
Yeah.
delicious.
So
I'm going to grab a plate so we can kind of display of them. Look, it wants to sing for us again.
okay, so I need a little spoon to taste for seasoning. So I'm going to test it to know if there is need for extra seasoning or extra salt.
Ooh, it looks great.
Yeah, it smells great too.
It does. Do the science waft.
So I'll just put in a little seasoning and a little
Chicken?
curry. Yeah, a little of chicken, the chicken
Chicken seasoning. And so this rice is going to cook inside of that pot,
Inside,
not
yes.
separately and then
No,
mixed in.
no, you're going to put it inside. With a little more curry. Actually, I should
What's the
put
butter
in-
for?
Okay, so the butter, you put it towards the end of the cooking. One thing, it helps to soften the rice a little more and then have this, greasy effect on the rice. Yeah.
Also adds
It adds,
flavor.
it adds to the flavor as well.
Did you want me to line this with some paper
Yeah, paper
towels so
towel,
that it
that will
soaks
help.
up some of the olive oil? Sorry,
Yeah.
vegetable oil we're using, correct?
Yes.
Is there a
vegetable
reason
oil.
why we're using vegetable oil over other types of oil?
No, there's no reason. It's about your choice of oil. You can use canola oil, you can use olive oil, depending on what you want. I just want to cover it a little so it will help it
Okay.
steam fast.
Ooh, it looks great.
Yeah. Okay. So we can take them out now. can see it's golden brown. And
Those look delicious.
looking delicious already.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've been looking forward to eating more plantain since on Tuesday when I bought some jollof rice in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Did you want me to get some more paper towel to kind of put on top of them, dry
No,
off
it's
some of that
okay.
oil?
No, no need. It's okay though.
I'll just
It
grab
does
new
this.
for the next set that are coming
Yeah.
out. This is plantain that we're cooking right now. She's frying it. Smells delightful, doesn't it? Oh, down the hallway. This is why everybody's coming on by. following our nose.
Okay.
And with our eyes. And this is a very pretty dish to look at as well.
For sure.
Lots of color.
And plantain is eaten a lot in the South American countries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's in the big pot?
So we have some of the seasonings, the base for the jollof rice. Jollof rice. Am I
Yeah.
saying that correctly now? Jollof rice. We chose to make the big pot since we have lots of students who would like to try the jollof rice. They're all hungry, even though it's only 11:02. Do we all have breakfast this morning? Because we knew that we were going to cook for us? Is that why? Okay. So they waited to eat because they were excited about this.
Okay.
I've been hyping it up all week.
Yeah.
But how you were
that's
going to
good.
come cook for us, so we're all very, very excited. In the meantime, does anybody else have any other questions? What are we most excited for? Has anybody not tried jollof rice? We have
wow.
not? Okay, so we've got some students who have never tried it. Yes,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ooh. Want me to set it aside here?
Yep. Okay, so now the rice is ready to go in.
Do you want me to scoop it out while you hold?
I have to be careful so it doesn't splash. So I'll use
Oh.
this.
Strong. We're all listening. Do you hear the sizzling from there? You guys can hear it? You guys can even look at the top here. You can see what it looks like inside of the pot. I
Yeah.
don't know if we've noticed that. We can see what we've got going on here. Any other questions?
I just have one question.
She already she said she's going to send us a recipe with all of the measurements so that the students can try it at home. Because right now we're measuring with the heart and with their love. But we did have a question.
Yeah,
From-
so this is like in a classroom, kind of domestic. In the restaurant, can you comment on the speed?
Is this a lot more
Okay,
lax?
because our burners, burn faster, so
Yeah.
we're kind of slowed down because this is not, heating up very fast. But in the restaurant, we have bigger burners, so it's kind of faster.
Are you usually cooking more than one dish at once, or is it kind of, everybody has their own dish that they're preparing?
No, I do all the cooking.
You do all the
so-
cooking for the
Yes,
restaurant.
yes.
Okay.
So, I don't know, that's me, but I can make like 4 different things at a go.
At once.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about the jollof rice is that it's kind of like, as
So-
you mentioned, a party rice.
I hope
you
you
can
can
have
see
more than
from
one
here.
dish.
Can you see the
Oh, it
look
looks
from here?
amazing.
Yeah, so just taking it up, this is what it looks like. So we're going to cover it up now and let it steam. So once I cover it up, I'm going to reduce the heat. So it will cook on medium heat slowly, so that every grain gets its own,
Let me
part
grab
of the
that lid
ingredients.
so that when you're ready to put the tin foil.
So I'm going to cover it with foil.
Oh, careful with your hands.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Ready?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do you put the tin foil on top of the pot?
Yeah, because I want
To make sure that
steam
we're trapping the heat.
in.
I'm learning so much today. Yeah.
So what was in that base? I came a little bit later, so I know you pre-cooked the rice I saw, and what was in
No,
the
I
base?
didn't pre-cook the rice. I
It's
just
cooking
washed
now.
it.
Oh, you just
I just
it.
washed the rice. But in here, curry, thyme, blended ginger and garlic, bay leaf, and chicken seasoning.
And you simmered that for a little while, and then
Yes,
and
when
then
it
you add
boils,
the
and then your
uncooked
chicken
rice.
stock. Yes.
Okay.
So when everything boils up, you just put the uncooked rice and let it simmer slowly on low heat.
We have a
Yeah.
question over here as well. Go ahead.
What's the what?
Ooh, what was the process of opening up a restaurant? So, which was your first location, maybe? That's very interesting as well. What was your first location? You mentioned you had 5.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not the brand owner of Naija Jollof, so I can give that question, the answers. But I know the first location was the one that was opened in Mississauga.
Okay.
Am I right? Yeah. Yeah, the first location was the one that was opened in Mississauga. And then for the Finch location, the Brampton location, and the downtown location, everything was opened about, no, after that, one was opened in Waterloo.
Wow.
Yeah. So after the one in Waterloo, the remaining 3, that's the Brampton location, the Finch location, and the downtown location, were opened around the same time. You know, that was
And you're the head chef at the Finch
at the
location.
Finch location, yes. Okay.
What's your name, sir?
I am Humphreys.
Humphreys. Welcome. Good morning. Can we say good morning?
Morning. Just wanted to throw a bit summary on how you can open a restaurant. It's very straightforward. First of all, you have to register a business, incorporate a business, which you can get through Service
stand.
Ontario. And then you have to have a food handler certificate. So that is also very simple. There's a test, an exam you can do within 2 hours. Because for you to run a restaurant, you must have a food handler certificate. And once you have that, then you start looking for the funds to rent a place. And that's pretty much what I advise, to always get more professional training on that before you go into it. All right.
Thank you, sir. Ooh, those look delicious.
Yeah.
Who's excited for plantain? Is there anybody who hasn't tried plantain? We know some of us haven't tried the jollof rice, but plantain, anybody not tried plantain? Okay, so we've all tried it. I'm so excited. Now my stomach's starting to rumble. Now it's starting to say, feed me. And I had breakfast this morning. Do you need a cutting board?
Yes, I need a cutting
I'll grab
board
one for you.
and a knife. So we're going to start our, so we have to just wait for the jollof rice to cook. Everything is pretty much set. So we will just start with the yam, the boiled yam and egg sauce.
Isn't it 11:20? No, it's 11:20. I'm just going to give this a quick rinse through.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, please, let's put some water here and put to boil for
Cool.
the boiled yam.
Perfect.
Okay, so for the yam, like I said, we can cook it in different ways, but the two ways we'll quickly make it today. I'm going to do the fried yam and I'm going to do the boiled yam because you can serve plantain with fried yam and egg sauce. It's a delicious meal. Trust me. So he says it's best.
I've never seen a yam that big. This is a special kind of yam. My yams are much smaller.
Oh, really? See the other one over there? Africa.
And we talked about the fact that sometimes yam and sweet potato are confused. So some of the ways, Miss, that you said you can tell the difference is the skin.
Yeah, the skin. Yeah, the skin is the easiest thing because
So
this
this
one
has a
is
tougher
dark
skin.
brown and looks like rough.
Right.
Sometimes you see the ones that have like hair-like things on it. Yeah, yes, and then it just looks like the back of a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But-
do we peel off the skin, or is the
Yeah, we
skin typically left on?
No, you peel it off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to boil this and I'm going to fry. That's for the other one.
Oops.
This is for this one. African stall.
I haven't seen them.
I need a bowl with water.
Bowl with water.
Yeah, to
Is
wash
this
it.
one large enough?
Yeah, but the water is too much. Once
Too
I
much
put
water?
this, it's going to spill. Yeah.
So unfortunately, our period's going to end in about 7 minutes.
Oh, and we can't continue the video.
I'm not sure. Let me just
Okay.
inquire about that. Give me just a moment.
Yeah, for me, I think it is because it has a lot of starch in it. So you want to wash it a little to reduce it. Yeah.
And what kind of rice do you use like for that?
The regular parboiled rice. Parboiled rice, yeah.
Can you use brown?
Yeah, you can use brown rice. You can use basmati rice. It's all up to you.
I'll be back.
Okay. Please. You see? Jelly now. I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah.
Beginning, because I came in, I wanted to explain to the student the traditional process of cooking the African.
Oh, please do.
So that they will understand their roles.
Love that. Okay, so again, what's your
Mr.
name?
Humphreys,
Humphreys. Okay, so, and what's your position in the restaurant?
the
Of
franchise
this
owner.
location. Okay, so we have Humphreys here, and he kind of made an appearance earlier, but I did just want to kind of distinguish that he is the owner of the Finch location, and he actually wanted to share with us kind of some traditions of cooking in Africa. Okay, so he's going to tell us a little bit about traditions in Africa. Sir, I apologize, but I'm going to hold the mic in your vicinity, okay?
So thank you, everyone, and excited to see everybody as well. I wanted us to know, in a traditional African family, then I narrowed it down to Nigeria, the process of cooking involves everybody. That is why if you see a typical African boy or girl, mostly the girls, because they are very close to their mothers, so they learn more in the kitchen. They know how to cook. At 11, 12, they're already cooking. Yeah. So the process starts with the man. The man is the provider. So he gets the yam, he gets the rice, and if the meat, he goes into the bush to hunt for the meat. So mostly they use bush meat there. So now we come to the children. If it was in Africa right now, all of you will go to the stream and fetch the water, because we don't have like tap waters there. You have to go to the stream to fetch the water. So
rural areas.
in rural areas right now, I mean traditional setting, not that it's the same right now.
Forced civilization
Yeah.
and everything.
So
came.
you go to the stream, you see if you watch it on YouTube, you see the girls carrying the water on their head, and then you see the boys as well carrying the water on their head, and then you bring the water, and now the mother will now start the cooking, and mostly the girls will have to stay in the kitchen and learn, and then help the mother. At the end of the day, you don't need to teach them again, because they see what you're doing and they learn from it. So everybody must play a role. The children, you fetch the water and you fetch the firewood, because we don't have this kind of facility here. We didn't.
This is
Those days we didn't, but right now we do. So the firewood, and we make the fire, and then the cooking will start. And then when it's cooked, the serving, first of all, the children will get their portion first. And then the man will get, and then the woman will be the last, because she is
everybody's
actually
mother.
like she carries the whole burden on her shoulder. When everybody is satisfied, then she will eat her own. So that is the process.
Okay. All right. So,
What do
the
we do?
students,
They'll
you're going
come
to make
back
your
for their
way
food?
to your third period class. You're going to make your way to your third period class. If you have a question, what's your question?
Comfy.
If you have lunch, we're going to get some verification, but if you have lunch, you have the ability to kind of just hang out for a little bit. You're more than welcome to. If you don't have lunch, please make your way to your third period class.
Sorry, no, because I'm going to have the food packed for all of you. You can come back to pick. Okay?
Okay? When you're on your lunch, come back. No, you're not.
Oh, no, just one.
You're on lunch right now? You're good to stay.
Okay.
If you're on lunch, you're good to stay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Hold on. No, I'm not. You sure? Food.
They are so excited. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sorry for the
I'm
interruption.
going to
of the
give you more
bell.
than one, girl. You're not going to have every
She's
other
been
thing.
so excited about this all week
I
with us.
know. She said she's going for her co-op. Okay, darling. What's the name? Georgina. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day at your co-op, Georgina.
We'll talk some more. I can come in anytime to help. You know, teach them.
Perfect.
I bake. I do
I love
all
that.
that. So I can come in maybe once every 2 weeks. I just teach them something, or once in a
I'd
month.
love that.
And just teach them. We'll
I
talk about
haven't
that
yet
later.
gotten to the process of teaching students how to use knives, or the safeties of the contamination,
know
cross-contamination. But we're going to get into cooking real soon, and I'd love to have you back if you're willing to come back.
Anytime.
And
Anytime.
yeah, so we're hoping that you and I can continue. We're
Yeah.
just going to get some verification
Okay.
on that now.
Okay.
And then hopefully we can continue this party.
Yeah.
And my fourth period class will also be in here.
In here.
So that you can teach them some of your knowledge as well.
Oh, so maybe we should have left this for the yam for them.
Yeah.
I'm already boiling this. Okay, it doesn't matter. This can stay in the water. What time is it?
The fourth period,
Mm-hmm.
it's at 1:25. No, yes, 1:25.
1:25. Okay. So maybe
So
I
right
can-
now we have everybody who's kind of going on lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. And by then this will be ready. And then, so we can do the yam. I can do the yam with them.
Okay,
The boiled yam and the fried yam and the egg sauce.
perfect. The puff puff.
And
I know you
the
said you had the
puff
puff puff.
Okay,
I'm
so we
excited.
can-
I did some research.
We can do the puff puff. Yeah.
I did some research.
Yeah.
Actually, I was looking into it, and puff puff kind of reminds me of something that we have in Portuguese tradition, which is called filhos.
Oh.
And so it's a very similar, like donut-looking dessert. Well, we
Dessert.
use it as dessert. You mentioned that it was more of like a snack.
Yeah.
So very, very excited. I'm very excited to see how you make it, because with my upbringing, we've always made it with pumpkin.
Oh.
So we use some pumpkin for flavoring, and
wow.
I'm very curious to see how
See
it's
how we do
made.
this. This is simple. I mean, for the puff puff, it's just the flour, the yeast, sugar, nutmeg for flavor, and hot water. And so the reason you use not hot water per se, but warm water.
Yeah.
Reason you use that is to activate the yeast.
Yes,
Yes.
so that
you
it
give
can,
it can rise. So you just
exactly,
give
so it can
some
have that
time.
donut consistency.
Yes, and then you
Beautiful.
know, yeah. So we can do the puff puff and the egg sauce and yam for them. That's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So we're going to continue here. We're just prepping the kitchen a little bit so that we're ready for part 2 of our kind of demonstration here. We're just getting everything nice and clean.
Yeah.
And we're going. We've got our yam potatoes or yam that are boiling over. And we still have our rice here that are steaming. Okay. We've got lots of heads popping in and being like, what's going on in this
going
class?
on?
What do we got going on here? Lots of curiosity.
Yeah. Because the aroma of the food is driving them.
Yeah, apparently we can hear it all the way upstairs. So,
Let's see what it looks like. You see it's cooking
yes,
slowly?
I can see that it's kind of come up.
Cooking slowly? Yeah. So, just to cover it back.
I'm just going to wash some of this stuff over here.
So, do we have a big bowl
A bowl?
that we can use to mix the puff puff?
Yeah, like a stirring bowl, baking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like a metal one or is the metal one okay?
Anyone is fine. Plastic, anyone is fine.
How large do you need it?
Yeah, that's fine.
This
Yeah.
one or do you want the larger one?
This a deeper one.
Oh, I have a strainer here for the cassava. And this is what we should have used for the rice.
Exactly, for the rice.
We'll use it for the yam.
The yam, yes, we use it to strain the yam.
Perfect. I'm just going to rinse them here really quickly.
Okay. Mix this. Sorry, I'll grab that.
Bill's in the kitchen. I'm very excited for the puff puffs. So usually is the puff puff served with any sugar or
Well, for some people, the sweet tooth people, they want
Me?
to sprinkle extra sugar on it. But I mean, the mixture comes with sugar
Oh, it
already.
has
It's sweetened
sugar.
already, yeah. So, but some people still, sprinkle extra sugar on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned in Portuguese, we have the filhos, and we usually, after they come out of the frying pan, they have lots of oil, so we roll them in a little bit of sugar and cinnamon,
Oh.
and it's kind of like a Portuguese donut.
Donut,
Yeah. So I
okay.
was wondering if it's similar to that, or if you just eat it straight out of the
No, you just eat it straight out.
of the oil.
Yeah.
Well, you let it sit, probably.
Yeah, you
but
probably let it to
you don't want to burn your mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah. Probably better to wait for a little while.
Because it's gonna burn your tongue if you have to eat it straight out.
Not yet. This looks great though.
I know. The yam should be ready by now.
So we're gonna do just boiled yam, or are we gonna make it into like a mashed potato?
No, just the way it is.
Yeah.
Boiled. So that's how you serve it. So when we make the egg sauce, we'll serve it with it.
Okay.
But we're also going to, with the 4th period class, we're going to fry the yam.
Yeah.
Just simply cutting it like in, like chips in the long form. And
Also like
then
potatoes.
Like fries, yeah.
Yeah,
You're just
potato
going to cut it
french
like that. Well, people cut it in different ways, depends on what you like. But I like when you cut it like the
Do you want me
potatoes,
to
right?
cut them for you?
Okay, you can do that. But well, should we wait for the students to see?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want me to like just pre-cut some of them and then you can just show
Oh, okay.
just a
Yeah.
demonstration so we
Yeah.
can do it a little bit quicker?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to,
How big do you want them? Do you want like French fries, small?
no, this size
This
is
is
fine.
the size?
Yeah. Careful with your hands.
There you go. Do you want me to peel this one as well?
Sure.
Ooh, this I never peel. I usually use a peeler. But my mom always peels it like this.
Careful.
So this is thick, like
Yeah.
it's like a tree bark, like you mentioned. My mom always she tries to impress me by cutting like an apple, for example,
Yeah.
and she tries to keep the skin on completely
Until she gets to
until
the
she gets to
end.
the end, and then she rolls it into like a little rose or a little flower. And I'm like, that's talent right there. I usually chop it off so I'm not cutting my fingers.
Yeah.
But she's always taught me on how to kind of, you want to hold this at the back here.
Careful.
You want to make sure that you're going nice and slow. It's kind of slimy though. And I'm assuming that's the starch.
Okay. I'll go ahead and strain this one because it's cooked.
Yam French fries. Do you want me to cut some more slices, miss?
Sure.
So is this white residue kind of like the starch that comes from the yam?
What do you mean?
The white residue that it leaves, is that the
it's a
starch?
yes. And then you have to be careful with yam because when if it touches your skin,
It gets white.
It's gonna eat you.
Really? Eat me. How?
No, as in it will itch, so you have to start scratching.
itch.
Yeah.
Why? Do you know why that happens?
I don't know. I don't know why, but that's the thing about yam. So people are careful not to let children do it.
because
most
it
times the
itches their
moment
skin.
you know,
so
you-
irritation.
Yeah, the moment you maybe mistakenly scratch your face or somewhere, and then it starts itching, but it stops after a while.
Wow,
So
that's
back-
interesting.
Back in the olden days, when such things happen,
Yeah.
they put palm oil on it.
Okay.
They believe it kind of makes it subside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Palm oil, you said.
palm oil. Yeah.
So is palm oil also used in foods?
Oh yes, that's the oil we use back home.
Yeah.
So some people bleach it to get it looking like the vegetable oil, where you have to heat it in oil, then it brings out a lot of smoke, and then the color changes from red,
Oh,
to
really?
clear yellowish.
So it's a red color usually.
Yeah, bleaches out. It's just like bleaching the oil.
So is
And
there?
it's healthy?
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, is there a reason why it's more traditionally used? Is
Yeah,
that
it's-
because it's available?
It's available and then it's healthier. For those who know the benefits, they would rather use it than use the vegetable oil.
So is there a reason why we're not using it? Or is that because can we find it?
Yeah, we can find it. It's in some African stores here.
African stores only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is firm. It's like cutting a kind of like cutting a carrot.
Yeah,
Same
it's a bit hard,
consistency. It's a
yeah.
little bit more tough than
Yeah.
a regular potato. Actually, very similar to a sweet potato.
Yeah, exactly.
Very similar kind of
put it
thickness
in
as
here.
a sweet potato you want. And do we wash off the starch? Is that why as well?
Well, just because you can see
They're
some
gonna
of
go
the-
yellow.
Yeah. No, not all. This will remain white. Some yam, when you cut them, they go yellow. Some go reddish. Some go brownish. But this is a good species. The color remains the same. But just because some part of the bark has stuck on it as you were cutting it, so it's important that you actually wash it off and have all this taken out.
Yeah, all the little extra pieces of skin. It's so fun. So how long does this usually take to fry through? Are we waiting for this to be like an actual potato French fry, or is this more like what's the consistency? Sorry.
Yeah, it fries like the regular fries.
Okay.
Yeah, but you just sprinkle a little salt and put it in hot oil.
Oh, I'm so excited. French fries are like my favorite.
Oh wow.
French fries, we're pals.
Okay, so I'll strain out the water.
Ooh, these look great too.
That's the yam. And so this is always nice eating when it's still warm.
Yeah.
When it gets cold, it kind of hardens back.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you really
Should we
don't-
put it
so we
back
put
in
it back
here?
in the pot.
And then we can cover it.
Yeah, maybe I'll put it this way. No, I'll just put it.
And then we'll cover it back
Cover it,
up.
yeah, just to keep it warm.
And I'll put it back onto the oven. Or stove. Has anybody had yam fries before? No? Okay. And this we already have heating up, correct?
Yeah, that's for
Perfect.
the puff puff.
So which one are we going to be? So this one's for the potatoes, this one's for the puff puff.
Yeah.
Excited. Do we need any mixers or do we need any
No,
whisks
nothing.
for the puff puff? What are you going to mix it with?
No, with my hand.
With your hand. Just like
That's the traditional way.
that.
But we can also use wooden spoon, really. It's just to turn it and make sure, you know. So we can use wooden spoon because the children might not like it. But the truth is, eventually you still have to use your hand
Yeah.
because for you to put it on fire, you have a way of molding it in,
Exactly.
squeezing it in so
That's
that
how
it
my
comes
mom
in
does
that
it too.
ball
Yeah.
form. So usually you mix it with your hand. I mean,
In the traditional
typical.
sense, that's what you do. Perfect. We'll
because
wash our hands.
even if we decide to use a spoon to do
it's
it,
not going to come out
when
perfectly.
it's not, I mean, to turn it,
Yeah.
but for you to get the shape,
It has
you
to
can't
be
use
done
this,
with
but
the
it has to be done
hands.
with her, yeah.
Let's follow our
So-
traditional roots.
Yeah.
This is very exciting. Did you hand chop all of this or did you put it through a
No, no.
processor?
Yeah, a processor.
Oh,
use
okay. I
a-
was going to be like, that must have taken, and
I
then
use the
onions
processor
as
for
well.
the two of them, yes.
Okay.
It makes it easier
It does.
because we do a lot of chopping in the shop. You can't use your hand.
Yes,
So
I was just explaining to the students yesterday about the prep cook and how their job is to prepare things so that you can have your kind of
Yeah.
mise en place all prepared, and then the chef can take those items and
And-
just
yeah,
use them
exactly.
as they need. But even just to prepare these items sometimes are very time consuming.
Exactly.
Imagine having to prepare all of this and then cook at the same time.
Time.
Meals would take a really long
It's
time to
taken-
get
exactly.
to the customer.
Yeah, exactly. So we do the meal prep. Have someone helping in the kitchen to prep everything
Yeah.
you need. So it's almost done. Okay. So at this stage, it has you can see it has cooked.
Oh my goodness, that
So,
looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to now put in a little bit of the butter
The butter?
and turn it, and then
Do you need a
put it
spoon
back.
for that?
Sure.
I can grab you a wooden one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Ooh, yes. Is this butter or is this margarine?
No butter.
This is butter. Amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll keep this away from the stove because I think it's heating up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because
It's heating up and getting it a little melted. Gotta have some arm strength to kind of reach to the bottom there.
yeah.
It's so interesting that it's not burning any of the rice at the bottom.
No, it does.
Oh, it does burn it.
That's the typical thing about jollof rice. It will definitely burn.
You want it to burn.
It will, no matter how you do it, because I mean, you don't have so much water in it,
Yeah.
and then
It's more like a stew or
and
broth.
it's exactly, so it's thick, and then because it's going to be on fire for so long, the ones down will definitely burn. You can't escape it.
Yeah. Well, I was
Yeah.
actually surprised. I'm like, I see that you're going all the way down at the
Yeah,
bottom.
I'm-
There's
I'm-
no
I'm-
burnt rice that's
No,
coming up
because
to the top.
because I'm being careful not to scrape the ones from the down, the burnt part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks amazing. How do you know if it's done? Is that just by taste?
Okay, so
And
even
texture?
looking at it from the texture,
Yeah, that
you know
looks
that
done to
yes,
me.
then you cannot still taste it, just to know that it's not still a bit hard.
I'll grab a spoon.
Oh, sure.
I'd love to. About to try? Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I bought it in the cafeteria the other day. And I brought it home and I had it for dinner too. Just because
that?
I was telling the students that I had it the other day when I bought it in the cafeteria. And the portion was so generous that I brought it home and had it for dinner as well. I am so excited.
I know. So you can have a taste. Careful, it's
Okay.
hot. Don't burn your tongue.
I'm ready. I'm ready. It's a little hot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's really good.
Okay.
That's a little spicy though.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. So I'm just going to put it
Oh, that's really
maybe
good.
another 15 minutes just for the butter to mix in well. And then we're good.
That's very, very good. That's a lot more spicy than I had it the other day.
other day?
But I like the spice.
Yeah.
It gives it a little bit of a kick.
I know.
It's very good. That is delicious.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I can't
because
wait
we're
to
going to
have
be
more of that.
serving students that day, that's why I was very careful
Yeah,
with the spice.
I love it. I think that's amazing. But typically foods are a little bit more on the spicy side.
Yes,
that correct?
exactly, exactly.
That is very, very good. I like that it left kind of like a taste in my mouth,
your
wanting
mouth.
for more. I'm gonna clean out this strainer in case you need it for
Yeah, we'll need it for the puff
anything
puff.
else,
Yeah,
for the puff puff.
yeah,
And you were also saying buns.
yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
Okay, so it's on the mixture and the texture
Okay,
at the end of the day. So when you're mixing the puff puff,
Yeah.
like I said, you have to use yeast,
okay.
and then
Which will make it that doughy consistency.
yes, and it's very soft to touch.
Yeah,
But
like
when you're
cloud-like.
but when you're doing the buns, you use baking powder,
Okay.
and then the mixture is thicker.
So is it more like, instead of it being more like a donut, it's maybe more like a cake or a
For the-
bread for the bun?
No, even for the bun, it's still stronger than harder than bread. Or cake.
Harder than bread.
Yeah. So the inside of it feels more like cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the outside is more firm.
It's firm, yes.
And while the puff puff is more like a donut.
yes, so it's
Oh, I'm
soft, and then when you draw
excited.
it has this drawy effect.
Does it?
Very nice.
Does it pull? Because you're making it seem like it pulls apart.
yeah, of course. Not like pull so much, but I mean,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
excited.
It's because of the yeast in it, so it gives it that texture. Thank you. In the third. Thank you.
I can't wait for you guys to try this rice. Amazing. Amazing.
One. Okay.
Singing worthy. If anybody knows how to sing, it'll make you sing. I hear that this is starting to boil. I
It's
can definitely hear
boiling,
this one.
Yeah.
This one I
No,
don't.
I didn't
do
put
we have
it on.
No.
I didn't put it on because it had boiled before. But when the class starts, we'll put it on early enough.
Yeah.
What time is
I
class
will let
again?
you know. So
You want
right now
something?
our lunch ends at 12:05, I believe, and then it goes from 12:05 to 12:45, and then 12:45 to 1:25.
Okay.
1:25 is when my fourth period class.
period,
So we
okay.
still have about an hour and a half
Okay. Okay.
between. Yeah.
Okay.
We can definitely save some of the rice, hopefully, for those students as well, so that they can try it
Sure.
out if that's something
Yeah.
that they
He
want
has
to.
brought the plate so we can pack for the.
Perfect. We all have permission? Yeah. We're all with Mr. Samaria, so you guys are good. We have permission? That's what I said. Go get your permission. Doesn't it smell good too?
Yeah.
Just wait till you taste it. It's even better. You've never had
Are you
Nigerian
Ghanaian?
jollof?
Okay. No, because of what you said you've never had Nigerian jollof, so that means there's a jollof you've had, which is
Which is?
the Ghana jollof.
What's the difference? Is there any difference?
Ours is better.
Ah,
It's unique to us. So there's this. Ours is better.
is it flavoring that's different?
It depends who makes it. Some people make it so bad. I'm not
Okay, we're going to end that discussion here. They're both great in their own ways.
It just depends who makes it. Like if you make it, it's gonna be good ours. But someone else, like my friend's mom made it.
No, we're gonna be kind. Everybody has their own traditional way of doing it, and
Really?
we're
Yeah.
so
Yeah, but you know,
thankful that you are coming
there's
here.
yeah, there's just this popular argument whenever you see Ghanaians and Nigerians.
Oh,
They're just like,
well.
everybody's like, Nigerian jollof is
It's the
better.
pride.
Ghanaians will be,
It's
Ghana
the
jollof
pride.
is better. It's just the pride, exactly.
It's the pride. But I'm sure, like, even when you and I are talking about the puff puff, there's obviously inspirations between the
somewhere,
different cultures.
exactly.
You know, we're all inspired. We're all inspired by
guys are
different traditions, by different traditions, and you know, we kind of tweak things differently, kind of like we mentioned with the sugar and with the
And all that,
cinnamon.
yeah.
So there's different ways of doing things, and we're gonna celebrate all the different
Oh, yeah,
ways of,
sure.
you know, kind of bring our traditions into our kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
So excited.
Okay, let me turn this up.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite hot.
Okay. It's just our jollof will soon be ready, and then we can dish it out and have more
Perfect.
space.
Do you want me to give you some space to kind of put them in the containers? And that
Yeah.
way we don't have to have kids crowding around the.
Oh yes, exactly. Do you
the
know,
area.
how many people did you have in the first class in your second period?
Of my
Second
students, it's
period?
only 20. My students.
Okay.
But then we had some other visitors.
And I don't know if you can identify them.
I
Because
don't.
I mean, for me, if they watch, they should be parts of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I have 20 in my class.
Your class.
And
okay.
in my fourth period class, it'll be another 20, but there's another class that's coming in as well. And I think she said it was about 14.
14.
14.
14. So
One
that'll
four.
be
So
that'll
34.
be 34 plus 20.
Yeah.
That's about
54.
54.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just put it's,
Smaller
it's just for them
portion.
to
It's just
taste.
for flavoring.
I should have actually asked him to bring more plates.
It's a flavoring.
I don't know how many plates I have here. I should have asked for more.
Let me just give you some room so that we can kind of get some space for you to pour all that stuff in. I'm going to move the yam to this side. Once we're done serving the jollof rice, we can also just, here, we can put that back in your
Yeah.
container.
Okay.
What was the nutmeg for?
For the puff puff.
Oh, we put nutmeg in puff puff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's the purpose of the nutmeg in the puff
The
puff?
flavor.
Yeah,
just gives
it
a
richens
yeah.
the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is this regular flour that you use?
Yeah. All
Not
purpose.
baking flour.
You can
Doesn't
use
really-
anyone.
all-purpose?
Yeah, all-purpose flour. So I actually brought this, but I don't think we'll have time to do puff and do buns because I have some other engagements
Okay.
after. So we'll just do puff puff for today. Maybe when you're ready to have me back,
Oh, I
we
would
can
love
do
to have you
many
back.
other things.
That would be
Meat-
lovely.
We can make meat pie. We can make sausages.
See how
Do
hyped
our-
my students are? Meat pies would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do the meat pie, the chicken pie. We can even make the donuts. Different donuts.
So you went to culinary school? No?
No, I didn't.
So this
I mean,
is just from what you've learned back home in
yes,
Nigeria?
because my mom was just a fantastic cook, and I mean, you need to watch her cook, you
It
know,
brings you
and you
happiness.
see she does it with, I mean, with so much joy and effortlessly.
And ease. She was
Yeah.
born to cook.
Yeah. So
So does your
And she
mom
makes-
cook back home as well? Like is
she's
her
late now.
she's
late.
late.
Hmm. So I need scissors. Do you have a scissors? Or
I should.
And then she made it such that, I mean, everybody had to cook, whether you're a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Everyone
I have
knew
a
how to
smaller
cook.
knife here, so maybe I
Okay,
can
that
just
we can use
slice
that
it
one.
open.
Yeah,
Let
we
me
can
just
use that.
rinse this. Careful, I don't want to cut you.
So, but for the baking, I did learn how
Ooh,
to bake.
that was vacuum packed.
Yeah, that was a long time though. And then just because I love just being in the kitchen, I always say to people, the kitchen is my happy place.
Me too. It's funny, there's some days where, I get home late and my partner is like, oh, you don't have to cook, we can go out. I'm like, no, I want to cook.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but then the whole mess, and then you got to clean it up and preparing everything. Then you have to wash all the dishes. I'm like,
That's
So
okay.
this is how I zen myself after a day of work. It's like more work after work. Huh, that makes sense. So I can see that it's like steaming up here.
Yeah, it should be good now.
But it's still on low heat, correct?
Yeah, you cook on low heat all through.
Nice.
All through.
I can't believe that I haven't learned this idea of putting
Trapping in.
Putting the aluminum foil
yeah.
to trap the steam. I'm gonna try that because usually all I do is the lid. And my mom always taught me when you're putting a lid on top of a pot, sometimes with the steam it vacuum packs it in and it's hard to kind of take them apart. So she always says put a little bit of piece of paper to make sure
out.
Exactly, so that they don't stick to one another. But this is such a clever way of making sure that it's vacuum sealed while keeping the steam in there.
Okay, so we can serve
Do we
our
typically
rice now.
take the leaves out?
Yeah, yes.
The bay leaves
you have
out?
to take it out. Some people just go ahead and serve it like that, but I don't like it. I'd rather have it out.
Do you want me to
So
give you a
as
little
I
bowl?
serve, yeah. So as we serve it, we'll take it out.
Do you want me to keep stirring so you can see
Yes.
them at the top?
Of course, yeah. Or
Try
even
not
as
to
we
go to the bottom.
even as we serve it,
Oh, there's
we
one
can
over
be
there.
taking them out because there's no way we can get all of them out just by stirring it here.
You
So
definitely
as we
poured with
serve-
love there. And I'm trying to stay conscious about not going too much to the bottom,
Yeah, so you don't scrape the bone.
so you don't
part.
scrape the burnt part.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, this definitely, yeah, you can, just like you said, you can feel that it's ready.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one there.
Your eyes are sharp. I didn't see that.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. So as we serve, I'll just go ahead and dish it out for the children.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
as we
grab
do
the
that,
containers.
they're over there.
These ones? This
Yeah,
one?
and more. There's a full pack. I wish I should have asked, so I'll know what quantity to tell him to bring.
Oh, even this smells like cinnamon. Smelling what our kitchen smells like.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have them out here displayed. Is this what you also serve them in at the restaurant?
No. We serve them in proper plates. Bigger, much bigger.
You do takeout though, correct?
Yeah, we do takeout. We do takeout, we do dining.
How many
We do
tables do you have for
catering
dining?
orders. Can sit like 14.
14?
Yeah, 14 to 16, yeah. It's a lot.
Do you want me to put the lids on them?
Sure.
Or should they
Oh,
stay?
can let it stay a
Yeah.
little before we close them up.
How many bowls do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
We should have
6,
about 30. Like 36 or something.
17. Oh, it smells amazing. Doesn't it? Incredible. Come on. Catching our voices. It's catching our voices. Doesn't it smell great? We're cooking up a storm in here. Have a great day, sir.
I wish we have more plates.
I have plates.
You have something like this?
Well, I don't have containers. I have plates.
Okay.
So for my
So-
fourth period class, we can eat out of the plates.
Okay, that's fine.
Are we gonna have enough for the fourth period class as well?
We will have. It's a lot. There's still a lot in here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this can this can feed a party. You're right. Party rice
Still a
is
lot.
right. This is so exciting.
I know.
So is there a reason why you use the purple onions rather than regular onions?
Yeah, because this one is richer in flavor
Richer in
than
flavor.
the white one.
It also gives it a little bit of color too, right? The vibrance of the purple. Here, let me take out that
Yeah.
leaf.
A lot more to take out. Yeah.
I don't want to grab the rice with it. We can even see if the cafeteria has any containers that we can use.
Okay. Yeah, check.
Yeah. Kanita, Kanita, can you do me a favor? Can you go to the cafeteria and see if they have any takeaway containers that we can use, please? You may help her, yes, please. That would be lovely. Thank you, ladies.
What's her name?
So, long hair with a headband,
What's her
Kanita.
name? Oh, okay. I thought I
Kanita's
had.
going to go and see if she can get some containers from the cafeteria for you.
Okay.
Some takeaway. They might be a little bit larger, but we can
Yeah, it's
portion
okay.
the
We
foods.
just put
Exactly.
a little. I mean, it's just
A
to
little
taste
bit of
it.
sunshine.
Oh, but we still have a lot here.
I can count how many you've got there.
Yeah.
And then we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $22 right now out in the open.
I'm sure we can get it like either 40 or thereabout.
I think when
Let's
we
see
spoke,
if
we
we
had
have it.
56.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move these guys up, and the ones that you still have to serve down.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I hope you guys can smell this.
Okay. Thank you.
You're the definition of multitasking here.
No.
So we're at
The
25
rice is
right
a
now.
lot. Still a lot left.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
We've got some
I'm
kids that
happy.
were popping on in.
Yeah, I know.
Some of my grade 12s were even wondering what was going on here. I'll start doing
Let's
this.
turn this out so that we'll have space to put more. Thank you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. $1.49. I'm gonna do like a little jollof tower here. Ooh, you guys okay? Are we reaching restaurant speed now?
Yeah.
I think we're all out of containers at this
You
point.
know what? Yeah, we have quite a number. Are you trying to count
38.
it?
Yep. I think we're at 42.
Okay. I hope they get more.
Forty, 41. Perfect.
42. We still have more rice.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 41.
Okay.
Here are our lids, which I don't know if we're going to need the lids.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're
not
going to
sure.
eat right
Just
out of.
eat immediately, yeah. Get some spoons in there.
We've got some forks, we've got some spoons.
Forks.
I'm just going to put them in the bowls. Miss, what do you think of that?
Okay.
I think that's fine. For my fourth period class,
yeah, for
that's
the
great.
coffee, exactly.
That's perfect. Thank you. I'm going to put these forks and bowls, forks and spoons inside the bowl so when they come to grab. Look at the beautiful presentation there. Should we prepare anything? Do you want me to prepare any, like the magic powder? Is that all with
Everything will
love
just-
as well?
Yeah, it's just for puff puff, you just need this, and sugar.
Wow, that's such a simple. An egg.
Yeah. No egg. I actually took the egg in case we chose buns.
No
don't need-
egg?
No egg.
Wow, for the puff puffs, no eggs.
No eggs. Just
That's
the
such an
four-
easy recipe.
Just those 4 items and then hot warm water. So we need to have. Do you have cordless kettle?
I don't. We
Okay,
can do it
need
on the
to
pot,
just
on the
boil.
stove.
Yeah.
Here, let me grab you a. We're going traditional here.
Yeah.
Is this good? Do you need a bigger one?
This is okay.
Just
so
because I don't know what quantity.
what
you're gonna make.
quantity?
So maybe
No,
this one.
I'll take. There's a smaller one of this in the sink. I'll use this one. I'll use this one.
Because if we got any sweet teeth like me, you'll probably want one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at these plantains, and I'm surprised I haven't had one yet.
Right. You can grab some.
Are you surprised that I haven't had one yet? Because I know it's good. I'm excited.
Okay.
If I have one, it's one of those situations where you can't just have one. It's a kind of, you need to have more than one.
So you're just holding yourself.
I'm holding myself. Because I feel like if I have one, the students will have none. But
They have their rice. They have their jollof rice.
this is a great way to kind of start introducing the cooking portion and talk about the culture as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the students, they take this course, they're like, when are we going to start cooking? I'm like, well, I'd love for us to learn a little bit about the cultures
And everything.
You found some bowls. Amazing.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Where did those
Thank
come
you.
from? Just back. Look at that. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, but they're always asking about when are we going to cook, and I was like, we kind of got to learn a little bit about the traveling, you know,
Yeah.
where food comes from, the traditions, the cultures, and so this is a great way to kind of introduce
The cooking aspect.
that aspect of cooking and culture meshed all in one. So with the yam fries, usually if you have like potatoes pre-cut and you leave them out, they start to brown.
Yeah.
Does that happen also with the yam or
So
no?
not all the yam. It depends on the species.
Okay.
Some will turn even reddish, some will turn brownish, depending. But this is a good species because it remains the same color.
Yeah, I'm noticing that it's not turning
not
any
changing.
sort of color. It's not browning.
In fact, there are some that are so bad that as you're cutting it,
It'll
it's
start kind
changing
of like a
color.
banana. Yeah,
It's changing.
so exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny because my mom also makes something like this with the peppers, but she lets it ferment.
Okay.
And so she lets it boil for a couple of weeks until it stops boiling, and then she uses it as a seasoner for her foods.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she puts it inside of, for example, if she's doing baked potatoes, she'll add a little spoon of it. Or for
Okay.
example, in our culture, we do a lot of bacalhau, which is the saltfish,
Okay.
cod. And so she'll put a little bit of this to flavor the cod up a little bit. So that's why I asked in the beginning if,
If
you
it
know,
was fermented.
if
You
it
had
was
to do it
fermented
ahead
or
of
if it had to
time.
be done ahead of time, or if you're just kind of
Just-
putting it together right
Just
before you
blend
eat it.
and
The
put it where
flavor
you
will
want.
definitely still be there.
Yeah, it's always there.
Do you also mix in the hot pepper with it, or is this just the sweet pepper?
No, this is just the sweet pepper and a little of onions.
Yeah,
But I mean, you can blend in everything at once. It just depends on you.
yeah,
You can blend in your pepper if you know the amount.
yes.
Yeah, but sometimes you might want to put the pepper on its own, so just so that you don't have excess.
Yeah, so it's not too spicy.
Yeah.
Nice. I remember when friends of mine, I started bringing it to school so that they can taste it. They used to spread it on bread like it's butter. And I'm like, well, that's high in sodium, so maybe don't do that.
But if they like the taste, then
Yeah, it smells
because
very familiar.
when we make the one we call like chicken stew, or people just call it stew.
You
some
put that
people
in
put
it.
Yeah, we use that and tomato and onions, and you fry it in oil. So when people make it, some just put it as a spread on their bread as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and it.
So
My
same
son
thing.
likes it.
See? Same thing. Traditions, they kind of, they flow.
They flow, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we all get inspired by one another in some way, shape, or form. Should we cover the rice so that it maintains the
The
heat?
heat. Yeah, we really don't need this anymore.
We don't need this anymore? Do you want me to roll up
Yeah.
into a ball? You don't need this to cover for the frying pan? For it to not splatter everywhere?
No. When you're cooking, you don't need to cover it.
This was a good find. Where'd he go? This was a good find. Is there anything else you need me to grab?
Do you have like a picker that we use to turn the puff puff, or no?
Should.
Just something long.
Actually, I have this.
Let's see.
is
Okay,
the
that's
end.
fine.
I also should have. I have the skewers somewhere.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. If you can't find it, maybe we'll just make do with this.
We can use that.
The plastic
The
one?
plastic might.
No, it won't. It won't melt in the oil.
No?
It's just. I mean, it's just to flip the.
You can use that
top.
one then.
Yeah,
If you think that it's okay, we can
Yeah, it's
definitely use
okay.
that.
it's okay. Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna try and find that skewer. Pardon? Fourth period? Fourth period. You guys are getting food.
I've dished it. It's the teacher that will give a go ahead when you guys can have it. Okay.
And then we can reconvene.
Sorry, dear. Do you have another measuring cup?
Yeah, I can grab. Are we still mics off or are we good? Okay.